Hello, I'm Chell Roberts. I'm the Dean of the Shiley-Marcos School of Engineering at the University of San Diego. And boy, some days I just absolutely love my job. I wake up in the morning. By the way, I live across the street from the university. I wake up, I see San Diego. I get to go outside and walk around and feel San Diego. I walk onto campus. I see the ocean from where I am. Beautiful environment, peaceful, wonderful. And one of the most exciting parts about my job are the students and what they do and what they create. And that's what we're here to celebrate. We're celebrating today the Torero Entrepreneurship Challenge. We call that TECH. I want to welcome you to this event and to this challenge where we're going to get to see some of the remarkable things that our students create in their minds where they want to launch something, launch a company, or solve a challenge that hasn't been solved. So with that, I want to introduce you to the director of our entrepreneurship program, Nikhil Yadav, who's also the chair of our computer science program. Nikhil.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Dean Roberts. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all to be part of the Tech Entrepreneurship Challenge to 2026. So warm welcome to everyone who's joining us virtually, and we're so glad you could be here for today's event. Today brings together students, faculty, attendees from different parts and backgrounds, and that shared presence is really what tech is all about. That's what makes this event especially meaningful. So at USD and SMSE, one of our core educational goals is to move beyond traditional classroom learning experiences and sort of create opportunities for students where they can engage directly with real-world applications and challenges. So tech is our aim at building this applied learning, interdisciplinary, and connected to a broader world sort of way of thinking, which is the philosophy of tech. So this gives students the opportunity to take ideas from concept to execution, to think critically, to work across disciplines, and finally communicate at forums like this to an audience. And so these are skills that are really useful far beyond any single competition. This year's projects had a lot of 11 entries in total, so we have 5 total finalists presenting today. And the ideas and entries ranged from AI-driven systems to EdTech, to working across disciplines. And so throughout today's event, you'll hear about these pitches. For those joining us through Zoom, you'll also have the opportunity to present an Audience Choice Award. So we'll have a poll for you to go ahead and present that award. And so we encourage you to stay engaged, follow the presentations. We're really excited to share what the students have been working on. And I'd like to introduce now someone who's been with tech for many years, Jeff Teza. He's been involved with the program since 2021. Jeff is adjunct professor with the Shiley School of Engineering and also the Knaus School of Business. He has an extensive entrepreneurial experience and brings many years of startup experience in leadership roles here. So with that, please join me in welcoming Jeff Teza. And to all our teams, best of luck, and let's begin. Jeff.
Fantastic. There we go. Thank you, Nikhil. Yeah, as Nikhil mentioned, we were able to narrow it down from 11 candidates to 5. You're going to see presentations from the 5. I do want to reiterate that the school of, that USD, that our mission is education. We're not a venture capital firm. We're not an incubator or anything like that, okay? But what we want to do is give students the ability to learn by taking a commitment to a project and seeing it through and having enough resources that they can do it essentially not on the slide, but have a little bit of resources in order to buy some tools and materials, et cetera, that they might need to prove out a concept. But we have a wide, of the 5 that we chose, it spans everything from fintech, financial technologies, to next generation, what education might look like in the future, to mechanics on a boat. Okay, so you're going to learn a little bit, and you're going to get a chance to see what the students think about some of this stuff, and hopefully you'll get some ideas, and then the judges will meet and we'll basically, one thing I wanted to say was the students had a presentation, we gave them feedback, they had a chance to modify that presentation, and so we're looking at the final presentations that came through. So the judges can tweak. We had an idea of how we would rank those, but we're going to be able to tweak those now after we see these final presentations. So the very first one is named Campus Capital. Companies often in the beginning like to pick their name. This one it's sort of descriptive. It's about essentially advice and education for how to spend and invest for college students that don't have much experience in that area. So what we're going to do is we're going to show you the team around Campus Capital. So take it away, Campus Capital.
Hello and welcome to Campus Capital. I'm Brandon. I'm originally from Australia, where I studied finance and have recently moved to San Diego to continue my studies.
I'm Jackie, and I'm originally from Riverside, California. I'm currently a senior at USD studying finance and real estate. We created Campus Capital because we've lived this problem ourselves. Managing money, internships, and scholarships all while in college is overwhelming, and no tool currently exists that's built for students. We're building that tool. Every year, millions of students enter college without the tools or knowledge to manage money effectively, and schools often don't provide the guidance that students need, leaving them to learn through trial and error. The result of this, missed opportunities, financial stress, and habits that are hard to change. That's the gap we're closing.
Campus Capital is an all-in-one financial platform built just for students. Our app combines budgeting, personalized savings, and opportunity discovery all in one place. Students can track their spending, find scholarships, and explore internships tailored to their school and major. Our key feature is a locked savings system students set up themselves. Choose your goal, lock your money, build discipline. Our backend is built in Python, fully in-house, and vibe-coded. It was built with the latest AI tech to be flexible, adjust based on user feedback, and scale ethically and quickly. For banking connectivity, we utilize decision logic, allowing us to securely access financial data through a flexible pay-per-use model of an estimation of $1.50 per user.
The individual user model showcases that Campus Capital is priced at a $5 monthly subscription. Our infrastructure runs at approximately $1.50, giving us a strong $3.50 margin. Our university partnership model has schools that cover the cost as part of their career services and financial aid offices. These partnerships will get a premium discount of $2 per user. With these partnerships, we can reach entire student populations instantly while removing financial barriers to adoption. This allows us to be a prime differentiator within the fintech space. We begin with targeted pilot programs, hopefully with the USD beta, where we onboard a defined group of students and track engagement and outcomes. In the future, we also plan to explore ethical monetization, such as credit card affiliate partnerships that match students with products that actually designed to benefit them. Our annual projection in year 5 uses an average gross margin of $2, which sits between the individual user and university partnership models. Our TAM shows a $444 million revenue based on all college students in the U.S. Our SAM hones in on students only within California, which reveals a total revenue stream of $62.4 million. To stay conservative with our projections, we estimate that we can acquire at least 1% of college students across California by year 5. This small percentage leads us to a total of $624,000. We surveyed over 100 students across USD, SDSU, and San Diego City College, and we found that 61% don't track their spending, 56% work while in school, and 71% overspend. However, over half stated that they're not confident in managing their finances and often feel stressed about money. At the same time, 80% said that they would use an app like ours, and only 9% claimed that they currently use a finance tracking app. This highlights a clear gap in the market where the need is real, demand is proven, and Campus Capital is the solution.
Here's a look at our roadmap from concept to public launch. We started in November of 2025 with the initial concept of the app. By December, development begun. Here in April, we're at the Tech Challenge. Fast forward to May, we hope to start our 250 user beta launch. This will allow us to stay on track with feedback and refinement in June and keep up with our goal of our first campus partnership by August with the University of San Diego. By December of this year, we hope to reach 2,000 active users, and 1 year post-launch in February of 2027, we will have raised our seed round funding. A $20,000 seed funding will be life-changing for us. 6 months of decision logic infrastructure helps us with our growth. Funds will also go towards App Store readiness by bringing on a technical team member. We will ensure legal compliance, early marketing, and investor prep across our serviceable, obtainable markets. Every single dollar is strategic, bringing us closer to a scalable, venture-ready business. We both come from hardworking, blue-collar families who didn't have access to this kind of financial guidance. Campus Capital is our chance to change that for ourselves and for millions of students like us.
Tech support can help make this a reality to build habits and build wealth.
Thank you.
Gotta love it. It's April 15th. This is the day that I need that advice, but I don't have any money because the feds in the states took it all from me today. So it's good timing for you guys to launch your company on the 15th, which is tax day in America, as I'm sure you're aware. I have 2 questions for you guys. I have 2 questions for all the presenters. First question is, how's the beta going? Do you guys have an MVP? I know you were going to beta here on campus, and you need an MVP, which we call a minimum viable product, which has the essence of the product. How's that going? Are you able to start a beta this month?
So we have the beta app of our Ready, but we have not launched it to beta users yet. We had about 50 people from our survey give information and state that they would like to be beta users, but we haven't yet released our app to them.
Okay, so you guys are it's still prototyping with you guys for the most part, but you do have some committed people that you'll be able to beta it with. That's
Correct.
good. That's good. Second, have you looked at any kind of partnerships that you could use to sort of help get it injected into student bodies besides, just trying to go direct to the students? Kind of a distribution partner or something like that.
Yes, so of course, USD would be our first option that we would like to partner with. And our initial idea is to utilize the campus services department and financial aid offices, since we believe they would have the best network of students that would enjoy using our product as we first launch it.
I think as well that it'd be a smart idea to venture into clubs as well within universities and get that outreach as well, meeting students in person and gaining that relationship and trust with our app.
Excellent. It's important to think about that because distribution is what differentiates a lot of companies when there's just so many products out there. It's hard to break through the noise, particularly for applications. So thank you, Campus Capital. I don't know if you're going to keep that name or not, but good job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, and we are.
Okay, we got the next up. Let me find it on my notes here. Next up, Dial. This is an interesting one. You might get a glimpse into the future here, okay? This is about a new way to educate people by essentially virtually putting them on the job before they even go there. So imagine that you actually did an internship, but you actually didn't have to go and do an internship. That's kind of the concept, or at least from my perspective, that Dial's working on. And these guys, I think, are thinking big. They're thinking about the future, and the wind is probably at their back from a technology point of view. So let's take it away, Dial.
I love everyone watching to close their eyes for a moment. Imagine waking up in scrubs, bright lights overhead as you prepare for your first surgery. When all of a sudden, you're an energy engineer working at a nuclear power plant. Then you're an astronaut getting ready for your next space mission. 3 completely different lives just with a click of a button. That's the power of Dial, day in a life.
Dial is an immersive AI-powered VR platform that allows students and professionals to experience a real day in a life before committing years of education and thousands of dollars.
As a student and someone who's always struggled with indecisiveness, questions like, will AI take my job? What are you going to use your degree for? Used to worry me.
And it's not just Naomi. Students today are risking their future on uncertain returns. while the education field is drastically being disrupted.
Meanwhile, AI is completely reshaping the workforce. Millions of jobs are shifting, new ones are being created, and others are disappearing. Career readiness isn't enough anymore. We need future preparedness.
Our primary customer is the career development centers at nonprofit colleges. Statistically, nonprofit institutions are known to focus more resources on improving placement rates, reducing student regret, and showing ROI on education. Our obtainable market, 330 early adopter institutions already investing in innovation.
Universities need a tool that aligns career options with their education offerings. This is why Dial combines AI personalization so our experiences are tailored to our users, voice interactivity so users can actively make decisions, and our VR-driven environments, which allows them to create a full immersive experience. Our ability to combine these into a powerful, defensible moat is what sets our approach apart. We are also consulting with lawyers to explore if this approach is patentable.
Dial operates on a B2B licensing model. Colleges purchase annual licenses for their career centers. We are aiming for 2 headsets per 500 students. We also generate revenue through industry-sponsored simulations and product placements. Onboarding universities is the foundation of our model, so if our pilot shows that a freemium model is optimal, then we will pursue that approach.
And the response has been so powerful. We are currently finalizing our arrangement with USD to be our first beta program starting this upcoming fall semester. We've also had really interesting conversation with companies like NVIDIA, Meta, Capital One, and more, who are all extremely interested in Dial.
At a time when student debt exceeds $1.7 trillion and companies lose billions to turnover, Dial ensures the right people step into the right roles. Long term, we'll expand into high schools, vocational programs, and industry partnerships.
I'm Naomi DeVos, founder and CEO and a sophomore here at the University of San Diego studying business analytics and supply chain. I was the 3rd runner-up for the Fowler Business Competition and a quarterfinalist for the Ace Pitch Competition.
And I'm Tammy, product developer and a junior here at USD studying computer science and math. And our advisory team spans VR and AR specialists based in London, the former VP of DocuSign, and career and AI specialists. With text mentorship and ecosystem, we'll refine our roadmap, validate pilots, and scale strategically. Our MVP is anticipated to be developed in close collaboration with Goldsmiths at the University of London, with leadership of Professor Tara Collingwood-Williams and her PhD VR students, which will all be validated by professionals in the field. This is expected to be completed by August of 2026.
Students shouldn't just have to guess their future.
They should experience it.
So when you're ready,
Step in,
live it,
and get ready to
Wow. Did they hear that?
Yes.
Yes,
Hi, you all.
they
Thank
did.
you all so much.
Wow. That's a big idea. I like that. I have 2 questions for you guys, though, okay?
Absolutely.
First one is, do you see yourself as a platform provider for people to build these experiences on, or a content creator that builds experiences that you needed the platform to do it, or both?
Yeah, absolutely. Dial itself is a platform. It's a place where students are able to go in exactly similar to what an app store is, as if these simulations are a place of games. You're able to go in, experience these things, go within and see the different simulations. We have data specialists, surgical assistants, and then picking them, whichever like simulation works best for you. And then not only that, are you able to see, okay, what does a day in a life as a data engineer look like, but one at Capital One versus one at NVIDIA. It's an incredibly different experiences, and that's the response we've been getting from these companies.
absolutely.
So you're kind of a hardware software platform for people to build experiences. Do you think that you need to have some experiences to both sell early adopters, et cetera? And have you thought about how do you get like a good nursing experience or a good finance person's experience or something so that you essentially seed this so that content providers can come along and start building upon the platform?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that question, Jeff. And this is exactly what I think really separates Dial from the rest of our competition. So our characters are built on a retrieval augmented generation model, meaning that whatever we all the documents that we input into the character is exactly what they're going to say. So to verify accuracy, we're going to go to the best of the best financial analysts. We're going to go to the best surgical assistant, get their read on what our document should look like and how our character should behave. And that is what our students will be interacting with.
You got a fantastic nursing school here. You could do nursing, and you got the best of the best for nursing right here at this university.
Absolutely. They've
So
actually been
that's
using
what
the
we
VR
recommend.
platform for the last 6 years, so it's a great point.
Fantastic. Okay, you guys, I'm impressed. That's cool.
Thank
I
you
love
so
that
much.
idea. We might have just seen a glimpse of the future there, people.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Who's up? We are up to number 3. Hopefully you guys are learning something. Maybe there's some ideas you hadn't thought of before. Number 3 is a company called, an idea called Pinit. And this is about a multi-user real-time editing of pictures and photographs. So I like to think of it as the family standing around the refrigerator and they're sticking things on the refrigerator and they're all there and it's live and you can see and you can edit somebody's and push them out of the way and all that kind of stuff. But that's just me. You can hear it directly from the mouth of the founders and idea people with Pinit. Take it away, Pinit.
Hi, my name is Jack Peelan. I'm a senior at USD studying computer science, and I'm the founder of Pinit. Pinit is live collaborative photo boards for friend groups. I created Pinit because of a problem I had sharing photos with my friends. We go do all these fun things and take all these photos, but there's no real fun, engaging way to share those photos. I could post them on Instagram or a different social media platform where the algorithm would bury them and my friends would never see them, after a few hours of me posting them. Or I could put them in a group chat where they'd get buried by future incoming texts. When I did share these photos, it was also a very passive process. All I could really do is post them or share them, and all my friends could really do is look at them. In looking for a solution to this problem, I found that there was no collaborative space to improve this process. That's why I created Pinit. Pinit is living bulletin boards your whole friend group built together. These boards have live collaborative editing with real-time board synchronization, with cursor presence and item locking. It's sort of like Figma, but for your friend group with social content. Pinit also provides creative posting tools like a built-in camera, freehand drawing, text overlays, and Polaroid and film strip photo formats. Pinit relies on a friend-first social model, meaning there's only mutual friendships, there's no followers, no influencers, and no public performance pressure. Finally, the boards you make on Pinit are persistent shared spaces, meaning they persist and evolve over time. I can keep adding to them, my friends can keep adding to them, and they'll stay fresh. Because this is a consumer social app, the total addressable market is very large. So I want to focus on the beachhead, which I've identified as US college students. I've identified this group because they have very dense social graphs and they hang out with their friends a lot. Young people also take a lot of photos when they go participate in social events, which is a great use case for this app. Additionally, US college campuses provide a great opportunity for cluster-based viral growth because things get very popular on college campuses very quickly. I do have some competitors, but I'm the only app that combines collaborative content creation or making the boards with your friends with active content consumption, which means the consumption of the media is actually creating the boards themselves with your friends, which is a very active process. Or even when you go back to them later, it's more active than just scrolling through a feed. You can view the visual elements on the board. You can go back and edit them, or you can tap. There's a chat. Each board has a chat feature. So it's much more active than just scrolling through a feed. This app does have a lot of potential for monetization. The first few phases are going to focus on visual assets, and these will be microtransactions or one-time purchases, and will look to enhance the creative and visual elements of users making boards. And then beyond that, there will be brand collaborations, which will be pretty similar, but packs themselves will be sponsored by brands as a form of advertising within the app. And then beyond just visual elements, there will be I call it Pinit Plus subscription. It's sort of like the Snapchat model where it unlocks more content and then relieves restrictions of a free model, like the number of people you can have on a board or the number of boards you can be a member of, which will be capped in a free model. And then the final phase of monetization will be a creator marketplace, where users can create and sell their own asset packs, and Pin It as the platform will take a cut. This will be great because it'll create a self-sustaining economy of content, as well as deepen retention by allowing users to make more advanced visual elements. So right now, Pin It is more than just an idea. It is a fully built out product, currently in a private beta on iOS, although both iOS and Android versions are built out. This includes the front end screens, all the front-facing code, as well as our backend services and cloud services. And through this beta, we've been able to really understand how our users are using the app, which has allowed us to really refine the code and the cloud structure to lower our costs on a per user basis. I think this would be a great app for the USD Tech Challenge because it was built fully at USD, because I'm right now the only founder. As I said, I'm a computer science student here at USD, with app development experience and experience in UI, UX, and backend and cloud infrastructure. And I have experience working at startups on the financial and go-to-market side, which has been able to help me a lot as well. Finally, I think the Tech Challenge can really accelerate Pin It. I also think Pin It is a great contender for the Tech Challenge because it provides a real innovation in the social media space, which is a real-time multi-user synchronization of content creation. It was also built very leanly with real resources, and it's really functional. And it doesn't need a very large, like multi-million-dollar investment or anything to get it off the ground. And also, the core of our user base starts with college campuses, and in particular starts with USD. My goal is to launch this and get it really popular at USD and then expand to other college campuses. So the core is USD. As for use of funds from Pin It or for Pin It, the primary use of funds would be to launch on the App Store and the Google Play Store, and for things like legal review and developer accounts and things like that. And then any remaining funds would go mostly towards growth and marketing, especially collaborating with content creators that are students at USD to get the word out around campus. And then beyond that, refining our analytics systems to get even more insights as to how users are using our app and to improve tooling, particularly our CI/CD pipeline, to allow for easier iteration post-launch. Thank you. Hi.
Go Jack. Jack's got a product up and running at this point. Hey, you know, when I was looking at this, I don't want to go too much of a sidebar, but here comes a sidebar. And just to let you know, I don't know anything about what I'm about to talk about, but it just reminded me when I was looking at your picture of the shared board, okay, that a real-time shared board, there's a lot of other applications. If you ever watch TV, you can sometimes see shows where they have detectives, and they always have this shared cork board, and they have a picture of the super bad guy on the top, and then they've got the other bad guys underneath it. And if you think about it, the cops are out there basically taking pictures at scenes and everything, and if they were sharing all this stuff on your shared board, they could all be seeing it all happening live, okay? Or a disaster recovery team that's out there trying to take pictures, or insurance companies or whatever, where basically you have a bunch of people that are trying to collaborate and they need to see all these pictures, but it's happening live because time's of the essence. So a little bit different than selling to students, but food for thought, okay? And I won't charge you for that. If it turns out that's the niche, if that's your beachhead, I won't charge you for that. But I do have more questions. I do have more questions for you, okay? First one is, have you looked at all at, because it's a real-time thing and people are posting potentially a fair amount of data, we're still talking about stills. I don't think you're talking about videos at this point. Have you looked at serving costs? Because if it was sluggish, it might suck. People might not like it. So you do have to have a sophisticated enough back-end system that this thing can stay with real time, even when you scale it very, very large. Have you looked at that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the first things I addressed when I introduced the real-time features. We utilize a lot of different, mostly Google Cloud backend services. And the services that we utilize for that real-time process are specifically designed for real-time applications. And they scale, like most Google, large-scale Google products, they can scale up to millions of users. And even within that, the backend code is pretty good at dividing up the use of those databases per board. So not all, like if a million people are editing all at once on all these different boards,
They
um,
shard it.
it is several different processes within our backend.
Yeah, that's good because that's going to be important for it to stick. It needs to be real time.
Mhm.
Can't bog down. The other question I had though was, since there are social media sites that you cited them and the problems that you had posting things, have you thought at all about potentially partnering or integrating with another social media site, like the people that sell software to detectives that are trying to bust a case? Could you figure out who they are and say, hey, I'll give you a real-time Blackboard or real-time corkboard for that? It's just me giving you my feedback again. But bottom line is one of the issues with any kind of software product, of course, is breaking out of the noise. If anybody goes to the App Store, you can scroll through page after page. And so is there a way for you to think about distributing by leveraging some other social media product that doesn't necessarily have that real-time element, which is the technical thing that I think you're bringing to the party?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a lot of apps out there that would be great options for that. I think the most important thing when doing that, just for these other apps, if they'd be interested, would be how they structure their social graphs. So Pinit is a friend to friend platform, whereas Instagram is like you follow a lot of people. And there have been friend to friend platforms in the past that have acquired companies I think would be sort of similar to Pinit, like Snapchat is an example. They acquired Bitmoji, which has a similar monetization structure and things like that. And then just beyond social media, like the detective use case you brought up or things like that. There's a lot of opportunity to license it there, just with different security measures and things like that.
That's fantastic. Cool. Good answer, Jack.
Thank you.
Okay, you're off. It's next. We're up to number 4. So you guys might be getting some feelings like, I kind of like these guys or don't like these guys. Don't decide yet because there's 2 more to go. Okay. So number 4 is a company called, or an idea called Cooper Labs, named after guess who, a Mr. Cooper. And this is interesting because this is a content creator that generates massive amounts of data that has a problem. And he's trying to solve his problem. And you got to love that as a startup, essentially formula for startups, which is solving a problem that you're very intimate with and you know the subtle details that not everybody knows. So this is actually an underwater content creator, and he's thinking about creating something called Cooper Labs. So take it away, Cooper Labs.
Here we go. One of my videos got 893,000 views, and then 2 weeks later, a very similar video got only 20,000. Same camera, same location, same subject, and it only got 20,000. Instagram Insights couldn't tell me why, and there was no tool that existed that could tell me why. So I spent 6 months building something that could, and this is Cooper. There are 50 million Oh, did you guys miss all that?
Yeah, you need to repeat it.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
We lost audio for a little while. Your slides are fine.
Hi, everyone. I'm Henry Cooper. I'm a computer science and math major here at USD, and I'm also an underwater content creator. So those numbers at the bottom, which are a bit out of date, but 893,000 views, my top reel, 5.25 million views, 11.5% engagement rate. That's nearly 4 times the industry average. And that's not an accident. And it's because I built a content system to run my own creative business. And now I'm a creator who knows their subject but doesn't know the algorithm. So I dive out in La Jolla, Catalina, Channel Islands, and I shoot underwater constantly. And I kept having the same problem. I'd have terabytes of footage that I couldn't search through. I'd have a spreadsheet of just insights that I couldn't trust, and I would have a creative voice that I could never capture or replicate. So all I had was Instagram insights and my own notes, no fancy tool, no agents, no team. So I started building performance tracking, voice modeling, competitive research, a full content engine, and which started out as scripts became a full system. And what started as a side project is hopefully going to become a company. Oh, so I had there are 50 million content creators worldwide who are publishing content regularly, and 86% of them are already using AI tools. That's an Adobe stat from late 2025. But here's the thing, none of those AI tools have ever actually seen their footage. None of them know their audience, and none of them are writing and all of them are just writing generic captions that fit a broad algorithm but don't actually fit the niche that you're in. So my workflow before this was an Instagram was my Instagram insights and making a spreadsheet and manually copying view counts, terabytes of footage across drives with no way to search by what's actually in the clip. And all the strategy just lived inside of my own head and gut feeling. I'd do hours of competitive research and I couldn't reuse any of it. And it felt like I was starting from zero every single time that I was trying to make content. So I looked for a tool that could help me with all of this, and it just genuinely didn't exist. So right now, if you wanted to get the available tools that are out there on the market, which are not even comprehensive of what mine can do, you'd be paying around $78 to $234 a month for a stack of disconnected tools. There are competitors like Buffer, which schedule, or Metricool, which keeps track of your metrics, or you could use ChatGPT to write captions, write scripts, but none of them talk to each other and none of them communicate with each other and none of them share data. So Cooper is one product that replaces the entire stack. It's a cloud software as a service that works in your browser for any creator or any niche. The core is a chat interface backed by 316 purpose-built tools, and it knows everything. It knows your entire post history, your analytics, your voice profile, your competitors, all in context, and you're not switching between tabs anymore. You have one conversation with the system that already has done all of the homework on you, your content, and your niche. You could ask it, why did my last video underperform? And it'll cross-reference your hook types with posting times and audience patterns and tells you exactly what broke. Or you could ask it, what's working for my competitors this week? And it'll pull specific techniques driving their engagement, not just their follower counts. So there's also a feature called Clip Lab where you can upload 3 rough drafts before posting, and it'll determine which one's the best one. Where Cooper scores up each hook on strength, retention, prediction, and audience fit. So you could film 3 intros, put them all together, and then it'll automatically tell you which is the best one to post, which alone changes the game. And then the other big feature is the creative DNA. So this entire program is built to be a creative aid, not just an AI slop generator. So one of the first things that I developed was a creative DNA engine. So basically after about 10 posts, your hooks, your captions, they all start to sound like you. So I've basically found a way to extract 15 different dimensions from your content on onboarding. So it's not a tone slider, it's a voice profile. And so as time goes on, the system individually learns how to respond to you even better and better. And this works for anybody, whether you're an expert who knows your subject but not the algorithm, or someone who's brand new to the space and has no idea where to start. College athlete who's been told to build a brand but has never made content before. A technical founder who knows their product but not how to talk about it online. A small business owner who needs consistent posting without hiring an agency. And Cooper meets you wherever you are and gets smarter as you do. I built Cooper because I needed it. I run a content account and I have many videos that have done extraordinarily well. And every single feature in this product exists because I hit a wall and I built a way to get through it. Those metrics below aren't just projections. Those are the numbers that I've gotten using this product. And those numbers are extraordinarily high, extraordinarily above the system average. So I've validated across 2 different niches so far. So my underwater nature content, and then we just got our first beta user on who runs a clothing brand, and that was a that was my real first proof that the intelligence fully transfers beyond my own niche. And the product is built and deployed. It's not a prototype. It's live on the website. Everything works online. The only thing left is some UI polish, but all of the backend is complete, all of the hosting, the deployment. So right now, my number one priority is expanding to 25 beta testers. So it basically works in 5 steps where you link your Instagram and Cooper import all the posts you've ever made.
Can you move it a little bit quicker? We're running a little long here.
So if you're looking at this table of performance analytics, if you look at this table, if you look at performance analytics, Buffer has it, Metrical has it, and Ladder has it. But hook and caption writing is only in Cooper. And you can tell from the other rows here that I have a ton of features within this product that don't exist anywhere else. And the best part about this is it is modeled around an individual creator, not a platform as a whole. So the more you use it, the harder it becomes to leave, because the more you use it, the smarter the program becomes. So that's like its intelligence mode. So I'll go to the next one. So the creator economy is projected to hit 480 billion by 2027, and that's from Goldman Sachs. And our TAM, the AI content tool market, is 10.6 billion and growing at 194% CAGR to by 2033. And our SAM, creator analytics specifically, is at about 3.9 million. So I have 4 pricing tiers, which is a free 14-day trial, and that's basically to get people into the program and understand how it works. And then creator starts at $19 a month with full analytics, AI hooks, voice matching. And then Pro at $49, which adds competitors and trend radar. And then Studio, which has the entire platform. And we are operating at a over 90% profit margin with the API costs of I've used developing it myself. So, and then for my projection by December 2026, I'm aiming to have 75 to 100 paying creators, which would be roughly $2,200 to $2,900 a month. And that's conservative, with the prize idea going towards a much larger open beta. So yes, I am a solo founder. I built this entire platform, all 316 AI tools, all 240 database tables, and all 720,000 lines of code in 6 months, while running my content creation account as well. And as of today, we have a second creator fully onboarded. She runs a clothing brand, which is complete.
Mr. Cooper, we got to cut you short here. We want to keep it on schedule. You got your point across. I think you got your point across. One of the great lessons from PayPal, if you talk to all the PayPal guys, these are all the guys that created all these billion-dollar companies afterwards, was when they started PayPal, they had a whole bunch of features. They were going to be your insurance company, they were going to be your bank, your investment, etc. And when they took it to customers, they said, you know, I'm happy with my bank, and I'm happy with this, and I'm happy with that, but it's really cool that you can email money. And so they ditched all those features, and they said, we're going to email money. And then they learned how to distribute that. They got on eBay, because most people selling on eBay couldn't take a credit card, okay? Your system has a lot of elements to it. It's a large content distributor network, a CDN, for large amounts of content. But you also have little nuggets, like you're talking about pulling DNA that can extract a concept, for example. There's people out there that can handle large amounts of data, okay? Snowflake, Databricks, all these big companies, they handle huge amounts of data. Pulling the DNA might be a specific little thing that you have. Also, how do you decide what the marketing is to place these different things? So you have this sort of marketing capability, and then you have this content delivery. I'm encouraging you, have you thought about asking your followers and the people that sign up, what is the 1 or 2 most exciting features and functions about Cooper that you like that would give you the ability would make you want to use this as a tool? And focus.
Yes, absolutely. I've
So-
talked.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I have talked to other creators in my area and I've given them demos. And the features that they were most excited about was just the chat first interface, being able to go in and use something similar to ChatGPT or Claude and have it have full context of all of your content, but also its ability for planning. Because one of the hardest things about creating high quality content is you have to plan ahead. So if you're going to go out and do a shoot somewhere, you need to plan to have all of that content done while you're there. And part of what Cooper does do is it's built to plan and help you plan ahead.
Perfect.
And
That's important to focus, particularly as a startup, because people don't buy things with a lot of features, okay? I can save you $50 on your car insurance right now, but you may not be in the market for car insurance right now. People buy for a specific thing. And so I would encourage you to focus on those few things. You can add all that other stuff, okay? You're describing a company that's maybe 3 years from now, but the trick is to get from here to there. That's my advice to you. But I think it's a fantastic idea, and I love the fact that you're solving real problems that you had. That tells me that the products that do all this in combination aren't out there. So we're going to have to cut you off, though, because we've got to get on to number 5. Okay? Thanks. Okay. We're down to number 5. Don't vote yet. You know, you guys, the audience polls, you have a 5th one to listen to now. And I mentioned in the very beginning that we had things from, what did I say? Education, fintech, to mechanics on a boat. Here's the mechanics on a boat part. This is Deckhand. Take it away, Deckhand.
My family owns a boat, and every time we take it out, there's this quiet anxiety in the back of your head. What if something goes wrong out there? Miles from shore, no warning, no explanation. Just a problem you didn't see coming. I'm Elias Alamat, a sophomore in computer science and cybersecurity here at the University of San Diego. I'm currently building Deckhand, the check engine light your boat never had, one that actually predicts problems before they ever end up happening. Here's the reality of owning a boat like this. Unlike your car, there is no warning system, there's no check engine light, there's no predictive maintenance at all. Most boat owners track service on paper or in their memory. Schedules get missed, small issues become expensive failures, which end up happening offshore in the worst possible conditions. Marine engine repairs average $3,000 to $15,000. Most of them are preventable with early detection software. I walked around the docks at the Coronado Cays and talked to real boat owners. The problem is that there are 11.9 million registered recreational boats here in the United States, and almost none of them have any engine intelligence whatsoever. Deckhand connects directly to the Simrad multifunction displays that are already installed on most modern boats through an open Wi-Fi protocol called GoFree. Zero extra hardware, zero installation fees. You connect your phone to your boat's Wi-Fi, and Deckhand starts working immediately. You get a live engine dashboard, RPM, coolant temperature, oil pressure, battery voltage, and fuel rate, all streaming in real time. Trips log automatically the moment your engine starts and when it shuts off. But the core of Deckhand is the predictive health engine. This analyzes your sensor data across every trip, tracking RPM trends, temperature variances, oil pressure drift, and accumulated engine hours, and runs that data against our anomaly detection algorithms to catch when something is drifting outside of the normal parameters. It doesn't just tell you when to do oil changes on a calendar, it tells you when your engine, based on how you actually use your engine, is showing early signs of stress. Every trip, every reading, every service entry builds into a scored health report, a verified history of your engine's condition over time. Think of it like a Carfax, but for your boat. Insurers want it, buyers want it, and frankly, every boat owner should have it. This isn't a concept. I've already built it. The GoFree WebSocket connection is proven. I built a Simrad simulator from scratch to develop against, and I validated the protocol on real hardware. The live engine dashboard is running, trip auto detection is working, the app detects when your engine starts and ends entirely based on RPM data. No tapping required. Authentication, the database, and the full background are all live on Subspace. Phases 0, 1, and 2 of the build roadmap are completely complete. I'm currently in phase 3, the maintenance log and alert system. The health and report and paywall come next. Deckhand is a freemium system. The free tier gives you live engine data and basic trip history, enough to just get you in to hook you. The pro tier is at $12 a month or $100 a year, and this unlocks unlimited trip history, the predictive health engine, adaptive service interval alerts, and the full boat health report. The revenue path is pretty straightforward. 100 paying users is $1,200 a month, 500 is $6,000, and 2,000 users is $24,000 a month. And the long-term expansion is targeted towards marine insurance partnerships like AAA and Geico. because a verified engine health record reduces claims risk, and insurers will pay for that data. Nobody is currently doing this. Garmin Active Captain is a waypoint app and cruising guide app. Yacht devices sell $500 hardware dongles that require professional installation. Paper logbooks are the status quo for most owners. Deckhand is the only solution that is zero hardware and zero install, and built around a prediction engine rather than just a log. Our most is threefold. The hardware-free advantage is immediate and hard to replicate without the Simrad API expertise. The health algorithm gets smarter with every boat we instrument. More sensor data means better anomaly baselines across engine makes and models and different boat models. And the boat health report creates lock-in. Once your engine data lives in Deckhand, nobody would want to leave that, so they're stuck. I'm a full-stack developer, TypeScript, React Native, Python, and Subspace. I've shipped Chrome extensions, iOS apps, and navigated App Store approvals. I have personal skin in the game. My family owns a boat right here. I grew up with this problem, and I built this minimum viable product in parallel with my coursework. From tech, I need three main things. Funding to cover the Apple developer account and revenue cap so I can ship this app to the App Store and charge real money and get real users. Mentorship to connect me with the marine operators and marine industry advisors. And the visibility to land my first 25 paying pro subscribers. Deckhand is the check engine light your boat never had. Thank you for your time. I look forward to working with you in the future.
So my question is that really your family's boat, or is that an AI boat? I'll give you the benefit.
That
Go
yeah,
ahead. Yeah, it's a real boat.
it's no.
Okay. My favorite boat is OP boats. Those are other people's boats, because all the people that I know that have boats or live on boats, and I know a few, talk about it being a hole that you throw money at. Okay. But
Yeah.
you can save them money because you've created an OBD for boats. Cars have this thing called onboard diagnostics. You plug into it, it tells you what's going on. This is kind of an OBD for boats. So I have two quick questions for you. The first is, you talked about diagnostics that can also predict potential failures. Are you going to be able to sort of quantify that, to articulate that value to your potential customers? Is that a challenge for you
Well,
at this point?
that would indeed be a challenge because not only I only have one boat to test it on. With using tech, I could reach out to multiple boats to get multiple different access. But the main subject is the boat industries and boat owners now they rely on hour intervals. So say every 50 hours they rely to get their engine inspected. Every 100 hours they then drop the outdrives and replace all of the drive shaft oil and all the oil inside of the engine and do major overhauls. So what Deccan tries to do is use these sensor data that's already living on your boat, already there, and try and analyze every single anomaly that happens, and then tries and tell you when you should actually do that, not just
That's
wasting
cool.
your money doing it
That's
every
like
100
cars
hours.
that tell you when to get your oil changed and stuff. That's perfect. I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I would recommend, by the way, that you continue to beta with other boat owners and make sure it's solid as a rock before you show yourself to the public out there.
Yeah.
Because the worst thing that can happen is for startups, bad early experience is bad. Okay. It's really hard to recover from that. Big
Yeah.
companies can. They can strip a lot of crap and still recover. Small companies can't. The last is distribution. Are you thinking just going directly to boat owners and marinas and stuff, or are there OEMs or dealers or somebody like that can help you get it in front of a lot more boat owners?
Yeah, so obviously in the early stages I'm trying to go directly to people because I don't really have much traction to grow off of. So local families, friends and families who owns boats, that would be perfect. But then in the long run, I'm looking for dealers because they deliver boats, so they could help install the app and connect it with the owners when they purchase the boat. And then also in the very long run, connecting with insurance companies because that'll help reduce their like risk on claims that they make.
Cool. Good answer. Okay, guys, that's it. We've got all five. Three things are about to happen. Are you ready? First, I'm going to leave. Okay? Actually, and that is the first thing. And the judges are going to re-adjudicate from their initial ideas. Okay? Second, we're going to bring back Chell, and he's going to talk about the award sponsors. And then third, you're going to vote, because by the time Chell's done and he's going to run a little video, you better have your answers in, because that will create real money for some of these students to pursue their project even farther. So on that note, sayonara. And let me introduce Shell.
Hey, thank you. Wow, and I want to introduce somebody else also. Thank you, Jeff. That was really great. Elisa, come on out here. You are Elisa, right?
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. This is the person that made entrepreneurship happen in engineering with me many, many years ago. We started a program, and how did it all get going anyway?
Well, I'm glad you asked. There's basically two phases as to how this started. We first met with a man named David Cohn, may he rest in peace, who told us that engineering and entrepreneurship together was a powerful combination and wanted to create a program along those lines. Then he brought in some of his contemporaries, Don DeSanctis, may he rest in peace as well, and they came in and started mentoring some of our students and creating a program. And then the second phase happened.
Well, before the second phase, I have a real important question.
Okay.
Because when David and Don started with it was engineering and entrepreneurship. It wasn't business and entrepreneurship, and this is tech. This is for everybody. But what is the difference, Elisa, in an engineer and an entrepreneur?
I don't know, Chell, what is the difference?
Well, I know the answer. An engineer is going to tell you why something is physically impossible to do.
Okay.
We've got a lot of engineers that do that.
Sure.
Yeah. An entrepreneur is going to tell you that it's physically impossible to do right now, but if they just get the funding, it will be okay in the next round. And that's what we're doing right now. We're getting to that next round. So now I'm very interested. What was that second phase?
Okay, so the second phase was I got a phone call from a man named Randy Vosti.
I remember
He's
Randy.
watching. Hi, Randy.
Hi, Randy.
And he told me that he used to be a senior vice president at SAIC, and his former boss, supervisor, friend, Larry Call, who was the COO and president of SAIC, had recently passed. This was in 2019 that Randy called me. And Randy said that he and many of Larry's friends and family wanted to create some sort of a fund that would recognize Larry in the name of entrepreneurship and technology in some way.
Isn't that pretty cool? And by the way, we got to go up to Randy Vossi's home and see his guitar collection. Cool collection, Randy.
It's a story for another time. At any rate, Randy suggested that we maybe create this student award, or we came back to him with this idea. He liked it. Some of the other family and friends weighed in. They liked it too. And Randy said, I want to create a fund that's going to be at least $500,000 that we can endow, and then we can pull off the earnings to award to these student startup ideas.
$500,000. Now, for some universities, they're very, very big. $500,000 isn't very much, is it? But for us, how significant do you think this is, Elisa?
I mean, so I always describe this as one of the most extraordinary development experiences of my career, because Randy promised what he could deliver, and every single day, checks started coming in from Larry's friends and family, and now the fund, which is invested, is up to over $600,000, and we spin off approximately 4% every year to award to these students, and it just keeps growing.
Yeah, so this helps us keep entrepreneurship going in engineering with partnership with business, the tech sort of area, forever and ever and ever. Well, we hope forever and ever. We may not be here forever and ever and ever, but for a long time. So thank you, Randy, and thank you all for really helping us along
We're
in this.
so grateful, and we want to tell you a little bit more about Larry. So we're going to show you this video, and then when that's finished, we will be announcing the winners.
Great. Let's do it. Let's watch that. Hi, I'm Shel Roberts, Dean of the Shiley-Marcos School of Engineering, and I'm excited to tell you that over the past year, we have raised about $400,000 to endow the Larry Cole Award for a student in engineering and entrepreneurship. It is our great pleasure to share with you the inspiring story of Larry Cole and how the donation from his friends and colleagues will enable students and a student team to create an enterprise into the future that makes impact in the name of Larry Cole.
Dr. Lorenz Cole, or Larry Cole as he was known to everyone, led San Diego-based Science Applications International Corporation as its president and its chief operating officer from the 1980s into the 1990s. A practical engineering sense derived from his early enlisted service in the US Navy always informed his technical brilliance as a physicist. Moreover, he was an astute businessman. never try to put something over on a guy from South Chicago. His dealings with co-workers and competitors alike were marked by integrity and honesty. Larry was passionate about helping others. Humble, generous, and with unswerving loyalty, he was the very heart of SAIC.
Larry was such an extraordinary man and positively affected so many of those around him. After his passing, friends and former colleagues Hugh Kendrick, Stephen Dallage, and I wanted to find a way to honor him in a far-reaching way he so rightly deserved. USD's E-Track program grabbed our attention. USD had the right combination. It is a smaller university where an award like this wouldn't get lost in the shuffle. And USD represents the kind of values that Larry would have embraced.
We are so grateful for the generosity of Larry Cole's family and friends for helping make our students' dreams possible.
Great. What a great set of presentations. Really exciting stuff. So as we come to the end of today's event, I want to take a moment to thank everyone who made this possible. To Ryan Smith, Elisa Lurkis, Michelle Stupkai, Paula Schmidt, and Jeff Teza, thank you for your leadership and coordination. And to everyone joining us, thank you for being part of Tech this year, for your participation in the Audience Choice Award as well. I'd also like to acknowledge the teams that weren't the finalists, but submitted and did a great job. Your Vintage Stylists, Project Areopagus, SpinPad, Hoop Stakes, Aqua Vanguard, Fitscope. Your work really represents the true spirit of this event. And at SMSC, we view events like this as central to education, not just for outcomes, but for growth. The process of building, refining, and actually presenting really leaves a lasting learning experience. All right, so now the moment we've been waiting for. Let's start with the winners. So first up, we have the Audience Choice Award, and this goes to Campus Capital. Well done. So you win $1,000.
Thank you so much.
It's awesome.
Great. Let's move on to the next winners. In fourth place, we have a tie of two teams for $1,000 again. Campus Capital, the capital's coming, $1,000. And we have a pin it. Jack Peelan, let's pin this to your pin board as well. Great.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Congratulations. Let's move into third place. So the bronze prize, as you have it, receiving $3,000, we have Cooper Lab. Well done. All right, and now for the grand prize winners. In second place, this is a silver medal, receiving $5,000. We have Deckhand, Elias Alamat, which means Dial, you're the winners of Tech 2026. Congratulations to all of us, to all of you. How does it feel? I'll start with Dial.
Thank you all so much. This is such a blessed opportunity. I'm so grateful to be in a room with such amazing students, and I know that you all are going to be in amazing places, and I hope you all continue to follow Dial's journey and are ready to say, Dial me up.
Great, awesome. Well, really, really happy for everyone who won. Deckhand, how does it feel to win? we're waiting for your product on, my non-existent boat currently.
Hello, Daniel. Hello.
Hey, deckhand, can you hear me?
Yeah. Um, Thank you so much for everyone and just your support and guidance throughout this. It's honestly amazing to finally get something, and I looking forward to actually putting it to work and using this to grow the company.
Okay, well done, Elias. Well done, Naomi, Tammy. And I hope you make use of that capital to grow your business. So again, congratulations to all our teams. And thank you again for everyone online who joined us, took part in the audience poll award. And we look forward to seeing you next year. And we look forward to seeing where this goes next with all these winners. Thank you.